Hi, welcome to UCan2. I'm Dave Strudel, Program Coordinator for Marketing, Management, and Entrepreneurship at Muskegon Community College. UCan2 is a program and a philosophy that encourages people in all fields of interest to consider starting or owning a business as a career path. This program features discussions with community leaders and business owners who will highlight how they became entrepreneurs. We also talk about issues important to starting or running a business. This is the second of 3 special episodes that brings to you the November 7, 2012 elevator pitch competition held at Muskegon Community College, hosted by eMerge, Boost, and Blue Water Angels. This episode shows the open category competitors, their pitches, and the award ceremony.
Our first is Rose Sanchez, and on deck is Jack Adkins.
So where do you go skateboarding when it starts to snow in Muskegon? Muskegon does not have a year-round climate that is conducive to sports such as skateboarding. For this reason, Muskegon skaters have taken action by constructing outdoor skateboard parks such as JJ Skate Park of Twin Lake and patron skate shops such as Level 6 of Muskegon. These parks and shops offer skaters a sanctuary during these harsh winter months. Our mission here in Muskegon is to support and propel athletes to reach their highest level of potential. So we want to bring you Muskegon's first ever indoor skate park and extreme sports facility. Our vision, JJ Skate Park will become not only a premier community-based sports center, it will also be focused specifically on empowering youth through extreme sports, prevention and mentoring programs, and create positive leaders for tomorrow. I want to thank you to the judges, as well as our design team, Steve and Todd of Baker College, as well as our community for the support of coming out. Thank you.
Rose, what a scary job. You're the kickoff person.
That's right.
But you did a great job.
Thank you.
I think you sold yourself short, though. I think you used time thanking people, which is great, but we didn't need that in the elevator pitch. And I would encourage you at the outset to dream real, real big. That's a great idea. There's empty big box stores in every community we work in mid-Michigan, and I think it's true in Ohio and Indiana and Chicago and most of the country. And you have a model that, if it works, is something that could go national. It could be done 100 times over. You know, you got the opportunity with the pitch to think as big as you want. Now, when you get down to somebody writing you a check, you might want to start with 1. But dream big, and I thought you did a courageous job kicking the evening off. So, thanks.
I would ask that as you present this, spend a little more time talking about the customer and the market. In other words, what it brings to the people in Michigan or Muskegon, whether it is viable with respect to the amount of people it could attract. But it is a great idea. I agree with Ron with respect to great use of a lot of empty space that we have.
Really good visuals. I thought that was good. I would have wanted to get to the problem, solution, payback, ROI, something like that. So you're looking for $40,000. You're going to have X number of people in it a year. The dues are going to be this much. And I know that's a lot to get in 2 minutes, but if you're pitching something like this, we really got to have a quick snapshot at least of the ROI, return on investment. But good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rose, good job. I agree with John that we ran out of time, and I think we needed more. So, but good job, really good job.
So our next presenter is Jack Atkins, and on deck is Connie Lewis.
My name is Jack Atkins from Spring Lake, Michigan. My wife Paul and I have invented a groundbreaking idea that we believe will inspire many people. Shadowbox greetings. You know how everyone is always in a hurry to buy a card that is thrown away within a week or two once it falls down from the table or dresser? Shadowbox greetings opens up into a 3D shadow box with a 4-color image that stands up all year long. Shadowbox greetings is both patent and trademark pending. Some of the opportunities we see for Shadowbox greetings are greeting cards from gift shops, tourism, and eventually national retailers. Sports schedules for high school, college, and pro athletics. Customized cards for special events and invitations. Calendars for corporations to pass on to their clients and employees, which again will stand up all year long. Our current competition, we believe, is of unique cards and marketing materials. We need capital to hire a sales individual to develop future business. We also need to hire a consultant for research into developing a competitive manufacturing process. In total, a $40,000 to $50,000 investment is needed to push this forward. In summary, the greeting card business is an $8 billion business that does not include specialty cards and invitations. Our goal is to make Shadowbox Greetings its own unique line of desired products. We are working on other ideas to add more creativity to the line. Games and a video component. In conclusion, now is the time to introduce a new stand-up card that will not fall down. Invest in Shadowbox Greetings and inspire others. And please visit us online at shadowboxgreetings.com. Thank you. I guess I should have adjusted this.
I was going to tell you that we should lift that up because you were like bending down. But great presentation, I think. I think you presented very well, and I think that you got everything in there that you, even in your website at the end, which is great. I think it's a great idea, and good luck. I really, really like it.
What she said. Good job.
I'll steal Mike's line from the last time. You want 40,000 in, what comes out? You could have completed a little more maybe at the financial model. Good presentation, interesting ideas.
Not much to add to that. You were concise, you were quick, you got to the point, and you laid out what the benefit is to the consumer.
Thank you very much.
Our next presenter is Connie Lewis. On deck is Kimberly Peck.
Hello. My name is Connie Lewis. I own a personal assistant business named Connie's Helping Hands. My goal is to assist in taking the stress out of your daily lives at home or at work. My goal is to do your to-do list. A couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to assist a family who was moving into a 15,000 square feet home. I literally moved them from boxes into their home. Some of the services I provided for them was unpacking, decorating, running errands. I was a house manager. I house-sitted and dog-sitted for them. I also assist at the office with administrative duties, including organizing and catering events. What makes me unique is I'm local and I'm a one-stop shop service company. I've been doing this now for 19 years. I've owned my business for 7 years. Recently, I graduated from MC with a degree in business management. My objective is to keep up with trends and provide the best value I can for my clients and to improve my skills. I always do my best, and I've built a positive relationship with my clients throughout the years. I also understand that these are trying times, so I try to provide the best value I can for my clients. As I stated earlier, my goal is to take the stress out of your daily lives by providing honesty, integrity, and professionalism. I look forward to meeting and exploring with you at the end of the evening. My phone number is 231-740-6654, and my email is connieshelpinghands.com. Thank you.
I'm going to repeat what I started with Rose. I think it sounds like you have a great service, that you know how to do it. Why don't you hire 20 other people and train them and teach them and scale them and replicate this? Dream it bigger.
Okay.
I think we heard a great, credible sales presentation for what you can do. For an outside investor, what we'd like to do is see how far can you take that? Can you repeat it?
I would agree with that entirely. What wasn't clear is what you're going to do. If you knew you were looking for an investment, what are you going to do with it? Where are you going to take it?
It sounds like a concierge service that, you know, at maybe an upscale hotel that I was talking to a guy the other day that runs one, and he said people come down and ask for anything from, I need a new suit, you know, this one got something spilt on it, I need a presentation done, I need a PowerPoint, I need whatever I need. And I think that's, if you're doing those, not those exact things, but those kinds of things, those things that we're all like, wow, where can I get some help with this? I think that's pretty cool, and I think it could go to scale.
Connie, I like that presentation. You really sold yourself, but like the others have said, that you could hire more and you could really go with this. And I think it's a great idea. I would like it.
All right, our next presenter is Kimberly Patton. On deck is Jared Olson.
My pitch this evening is creating a self-funding nonprofit. The idea stems from hospitals. Hospitals are nonprofits, yet they pay salaries and are run like a business. They generate income. Currently operating is a nonprofit I founded called Heal with a Horse. We provide free equine-assisted therapy to kids with chronic illness and disability. We have a waiting list for these kids. My thought is to rent to own a hobby farm that generates income by boarding horses, lessons, and holding various events, similar to Hampton Green Farm in Fruitport. What's in it for investors? Well, not millions, but the property would be collateral, the good press that follows helping kids in need, putting your name out there for giving back to the community, but most of all, the opportunity of making a difference in the life of a child you don't know. At 14 years old, Destiny launched my program 2 years ago. She was diagnosed with cancer, and we provided her with a therapy horse who soon became her best friend. This past summer, we were told she was losing her battle with cancer, but wanted to see her horse one more time. She was unable to come to the barn. We brought her horse to her. She died 3 days later. At the funeral, her mother came up to us and said, "Thank you for giving Destiny her last good day." We made a difference, and that feels priceless. How often does a successful startup nonprofit come along that you can stamp your own name to and make it last forever?
Kimberly, it was very well presented, and I love the idea, and it's such a great thing for these kids. I guess I need to know what you're looking for as far as like you can't answer me, but I need to know. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, it's along the same line of what's the return on non-investment. I realize it's a nonprofit, but so how much money you're looking for? How would that get paid back? Or is it just a donation? My hat's off to you on anybody that does anything with kids, especially special needs kids. That's a really good thing to do in life. Congratulations.
I think I concur with both those points. I'd also question why be a nonprofit. It's, I think when we have a social mission, we assume we should go to a nonprofit format, and that's not necessarily appropriate or necessary. You really need to be a nonprofit if you're going to accept money from a foundation or if you want tax deductibility for your donors. But if you're talking to investors, you don't need it. So investors always wonder why the nonprofit structure. And so you might investigate that question a little more thoroughly. But great presentation, sounds like a noble cause.
And that was the part that wasn't quite clear to me, was whether this charges for its services and that's what's going to maintain it, or it's going to take its funding through other sources, and therefore being a nonprofit. So that's where I was going to. It wasn't clear, but a terrific idea.
Our next presenter is Jared Olson. Hello, my name's Jared Olson. I moved here about 7 years ago to Muskegon, and the issue I came up with moving here is I didn't know anybody, and I had issues finding local events that anybody is creating. You know, people find out about big events, but small nonprofit events, businesses, you know, happy hour deals going on in the area, anything of that sort. Normally people go around and Google, try and find out events, Facebook, anything like that to find out events. But if you don't know what you're looking for, it's hard to find the event that, you know, if you don't know where it is, how are you going to search for it? The solution is I created MuskegonFund.com. It allows businesses, nonprofits, and event organizers to post events, deals, happy hours, activities, and any other type of activity of such. The 5-year goal is to grow it from Muskegon to be nationwide. The reason behind that is if you go to travel or you relocate to a new location and you know about this site, you're able to find out what's going on in that location where you're traveling to. There's a lot of traveling people. They don't know about local nonprofit stuff going on in that area. This is a great way for them to find out what's going on when they're there during their travels. Currently it's running on mobile phone platforms, tablets, PCs, desktops, any platform you got, it's running on. The target audience is anybody that wants to go to an event. It's pretty broad. The competition currently is not mobile, it's not nationwide. It's very limited locally here. There's a few sites that do it, but limited data. The team, it consists of supporters, designers, writers, and family and friends. The financial model is based off advertising and sponsors. What we need is to get the word out there. We need people to post to it.
Jared, a really good presentation. You did a great job. You were loud and clear and very confident, and I guess you ran out of time. So I was waiting to, what do you need? What do you need? So that's what my question is. Okay.
Yeah, same thing, and you did run out of time, but is it along the lines of an advertising process, and if so, is it printed kind of a model, or is it, you know, the ones you see in restrooms, you know, pinned up on the wall, and how do you get that information out there? Because I think it's a good idea. Most ideas that I see end up failing in the distribution and the marketing side, and I would want to know a little more about that with this.
Agree with those comments. I have 3 I'd quickly add. One, I love it that you said you do have the big dream. If it works here, it can work anywhere, and I applaud that. Second is, I'd suggest we pay attention to the bigger pictures that each, and I try to say these in more generalized terms, that many of the ideas we're seeing here have big global ramifications, that there's lots of people in need for this. The Facebook crises is with mobile advertising. I think we've all been reading about in the business journals. They had a little tick up in it. But that type of advertising, people don't want to buy a sweater or a washing machine on their mobile device. It's not a big enough interface. But they will do the types of activities you're talking about. And if you can hit those markets right and be first in those markets, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple will pay a fortune for you. You know, Groupon made simple coupons an absurd value proposition by just being first there. And I think you're playing in that kind of opportunity. So you're what we call sector play, and it looks very exciting.
All in all, Jared, good job, and it is unfortunate you ran out of time, but interesting idea if you could pull that off.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I'm actually not Donald Benson. Donald Benson is here. My name is actually Rob Skidema, but I do work with Eclipse Ball Incorporated, and I'm here to talk to you tonight about Eclipse Ball Incorporated. Eclipse Ball is a small, family-owned business here in West Michigan. Started 18 years ago with one product. 18 years later, it has 11 products and games that accompany that. It is played and participated in all 50 states and in several foreign countries. It is a game that promotes equality, fair play, and that anybody and everybody, no matter what your talent is, can participate and be a winner. What we have, obviously, is a commitment to the physical education and the betterment of our youth, represented in the participation in all 50 states. This is a game that PE instructors say is their favorite. In fact, this is a game and several products that have been used for graduating PE students in college to get their jobs and their careers. What we have lacked so far is the infrastructure and the amount of manpower and the exposure to go from in the PE classrooms and in small tournaments and things like that into a retail investment market. So what we would like to see is opportunity to promote the game, have everybody who plays this in a PE class be able to go into a retail store with their parents and say, that's Eclipse Ball, I played that today in gym class, I'd like to be able to play that at our home sometime in the future.
Very good presentation. I would like to see a demonstration or what it does. So if I'm an investor, I want to kind of get an idea why that ball is different, what the differentiator is from a regular football or basketball or health ball. And also kind of what you're looking for and what the ROI would have been, might be.
I prefer some extra dollars as opposed to extra states. So 50 states versus, I wish you would have told me the revenue. 18 years in business, in money, in revenue. So it sounds like you're ready you want to go to another level. And so I think we got we got a little taste of that, but I think you have a big dream that we didn't get the whole story on. So, but on the other hand, when we hear a real business with real revenues and real success, that's a good counterpoint. So good presentation.
Agreed. A good presentation. Talking to a stranger, they're going to need to understand exactly what they did in PE. If you're talking to somebody that has been in PE in 20 years, what is it? Is it a dodgeball? What kind of a game are these kids playing?
That would be my question too. What are we playing? So, I mean, good presentation. Donald. No, not Donald. You're not Donald. You're the other guy. But a good presentation. Bob. Good presentation, Bob. Thanks.
Again, I'd like to thank our gracious host for this beautiful facility and having us here since I believe 3 o'clock today or even further. So let's give a round of applause for Suzanne and MCC. We've got 2 winners. We are going to acknowledge a runner-up just because of how close it was. And as we were joking, it was trending that way. So that person will be offered coaching. Unfortunately, we can't guarantee a pitch night presentation at this time for the runner-up, but we will start there. So our runner-up for this evening is Jack Atkins with Shadowbox Screens. And just so you all know, Shadowbox did present at other booths, I believe in Traverse City, so keep coming and you can move forward. Our second place this evening is BioLight Laboratories, Daniel Kaling. Is the suspense killing you? Yeah. Our number one for this evening, securing almost a vote from every single judge throughout the audience, almost, not all of them, is Easy Crutch McHanna. And with that, thank you all for having us here. We love doing this. Come see us again with another boost and give it back to Suzanne.
And I want to thank our sponsors again. The Prima Civitas Foundation, Clever Innovations, eMerge, West Shore Community College, Michigan Alternative and Renewable Energy Center, MERIC, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, Start Garden, Baker College, Muskegon Community College, Warner, Norcross and Judd, the Station Grill, and Community Shores Bank. They made this all possible. So one final round of applause for them. And then three people in particular I want to acknowledge. Linda Myers from Baker College, please raise your hand. Dave Stradell from Muskegon Community College. And Heather Fortin from our new friends at Mid-Michigan Innovation Center. They did a lot of they did the legwork on all of this. So thank you to all of you for making this happen.
If you would like more information about elevator pitches or future area entrepreneur-related events, visit eMerge's website at www.e-mergewestmichigan.org. Information about Boost events and Blue Water Angels can be found at Mid-Michigan Innovation Center's website at www.mmIc.us.